Welcome to this Category C matchup between Las Viejas del Barrio, or LVDB, in the even colors, and La Gauchoneta in the odd colors. And you might have noticed something about the number of players for La Gauchoneta. It's only 2! So what probably happened here is that they made a day, they set a day to play, and one of the players for La Gauchoneta didn't show up. And, yeah, well, you can either go for an admin win, or you can try and you can play. I only saw this happen once, right? I mean, I saw this happen once actually in the Category A level, and they almost freaking did it too. 2 versus 3, they almost freaking did it. But that's Category A. This is Category C, which means, I mean, nothing against the players, but I mean, even me at my level, and I would be Category B, I think, would not want to play 2v3. That's so difficult, because you're going to have to hold on. You basically need one person to try to push, and the other person needs to hold on 2v1 the entire game. It is, yeah, this is going to be tough for La Gauchoneta. I mean, if they can pull it up, it'd be the greatest victory in the history of this game, for sure. I mean, certainly certainly up there with greatest victories. It'd be very impressive indeed. But I'm not expecting any like miracles as well. So I respect the decision to play. Why play? Yeah. I think they just want to play. They probably know that their third player is on their way, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna try to play and stall out this game as long as we can. And then the moment that our teammate arrives, we can just call the GG and then try to go for a reverse sweep. It's still better than giving up and going for an admin win, right? At least you have a shot now, which we can only respect that. But again, I don't think that's going to be very hot for Las Viejas del Barrio. And they actually used a lot of strong civilizations on Arabia, as you can see. Maybe even if you see you're up against only 2 opponents, why not just use all your weak civs first and then keep your strong civs for the next game, right? I think, honestly, that might be what La Gauchoneta were doing. They picked Vikings and Aztecs, which, I mean, Vikings was one of their early picks, but certainly not Chinese. That's probably good. 2 flank civs. Oh boy. We should probably introduce the players, actually. In the blue, we have Gaucho playing as the Vikings. And actually, I played against Gaucho just the other day, so I know he's a good player, but 2v3? I don't know. In green, we got Cybaster playing as the Aztecs, alright. On the other side, for LVDB, we have Matt playing as the Ethiopians, alrighty. In the yellow, we got Max Pig. I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that name. Max Pig playing as the Magyars. And then in the red, we got Curandero playing as the, Vietnamese. Alright, well, at least they know exactly where their targets are now. They know exactly where they are. As red might have actually gone forward to try to lame. Taking a fight against blue now. And who's going to win that fight? Oh, it's so close. I think red's going to win that. Okay, red is definitely going to win that now. He took an extra... dealt out an extra hit, and yeah, blue, if he wants that boar, he's not going to be able to get it. I mean, red can't take that boar either. The boar would kill his scout. But he can certainly lame the villager. So yeah, you want to get loom now? Yeah, you can't get that boar. You need to fight the scout now. And maybe send a second villager as well. One villager to fight, and the other one to get the boar. That would be good. So yeah, together with the villager, now the scout for blue suddenly has the same amount of HP. He can push the scout away, and who's going to get the kill? Wow, red still gets the kill. Blue, get the boar, please. Get the boar. Okay, the boar starting to run away now. And okay. Yeah, I'm still not sure if blue and green are playing to win here. I doubt it, honestly, because the chances of winning are so slim. But, right, but 2v3 is crazy. But, I mean, I think they might just be stalling for time, just so for their teammate to show up so they can play a good second game. At least the last time, right, in Virgo Cup VI, when I think Clan Argentine, if it was either Clan Argentine Z or just the A team, they actually had one player to few. Problem was, it was 4v4, right? So you actually had 3 players on the map instead of 2, which I think is easier, right? Because they have one player who can do 2v1, which you have to do anyways, but at least you've got 2 players working together at 2v2 on the other side. And again, they got pretty close as well. They did some great damage at the start, but it's just, at the late game, you're just gonna get out-boomed, they're gonna out-pop you, right? I mean, let me just put it this way. Right now, La Gauchoneta is working with 400 max population versus 600 max population. Those numbers alone, again, they don't lie, which means that a long game will never favor La Gauchoneta. If they want to win this, they have to go super aggressive. I'm gonna change orange to purple here so we can actually tell them apart. You need to go super aggressive and kill as fast as you can. That's the only way. The only way. I think, like, I mean, maybe going for a Persian douche, going for towers, anything. Like, you need something. Problem is, there's always going to be Magyar scouts in the field, and that's just going to be so difficult to deal with. We have Green actually going for a fast castle attempt, actually. See that? He's clicking up at 26 villagers. That's fast castle territory. He's also walling up most of his base. If he can get the walls up, maybe. I mean, he can maybe go to the castles and go for some sort of weird siege monk push. Although, again, that will just prompt the Magyar player to make light calf, and they will just destroy your monks. So, I don't know about that. Blue's going to wall as well, but Blue's going to go to the feudal age first. And let's see what kind of damage they can do. Again, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this whatsoever, but... Again, my guess is they're playing to stall for time, in which case we will just see how much time can they stall for. Because if they die first, and their teammate isn't here yet, then they have to play the second game also with only 2 players. And yeah, you don't want to do that. So I guess there is a mission for Green and Blue now. They have something to fight for. Stay alive as long as they can. Of course, the goal for LVDB is to kill them as fast as they can, because the faster they kill them, then perhaps their teammate isn't there yet, and perhaps then, you know, La Gauchoneta will call it. Although, honestly, for LVDB, I don't think I would want to win like that. That would suck, because you don't actually win on skill. You just win because you have one whole player more than your opponent, right? It's like playing a normal 3v3, someone drops and then the other team doesn't want to restart or like restore the game. You basically have to go 2v3, which is just, nah, no thanks. I got some scouts from Yellow. They're just kind of chilling at home. They could certainly be over here killing this walling villager. I mean, they could do that, but they're not, which is fine. But they could do that, just so you know, Max Pig. They could certainly go that way. I guess he's just waiting for some numbers now. He's got 5. Feels confident to go forward. A second stable going up. Wow, okay. Actually, the right call, probably. He can't quite produce from this stable yet. So I think first you get some more farms out. Then you go for the second stable. But I don't mind having a second stable in this situation. Because the plan here is to go as aggressive as possible and try to do damage first. Now, they should know that Green is going up fast castle. They should know that. And naked fast castle too. Ooh. Oh boy. And how do you know that? It's because Green's uptime was so freaking late. So, Green, yeah, he's trying to get his food count up. He doesn't quite have the food to click up, so he's idling his town center now as a result. But yeah, you will be able to click up to the castles. I don't think that can be denied anymore. But once you get there, will you still have an economy left to work with? That is the question. Yeah, and of course, again, the fact that they picked both flank ships, right, instead of going for cavalry ships to get, you know, to get some early damage in, also tells me that they're mainly focused on defense, not so much on aggression. I'd be surprised if they move out of their base at all this game. Eagles. Yeah, I would like that. I would like Eagles, actually. Because it counters archers, it also counters scout play. To a degree. So, yeah, why not? I mean, the only problem is Eagles are kind of weak in castles. They're not elite Eagles after all. So, that's the only difficulty. As we have stone walls now, so no boom from Green then. I mean, he could certainly try to boom and greedily, but that's not going to happen now. So, I don't know. Aztecs can spam. They sure can. That's true. The faster creation speed certainly helps. As Green gets that stone wall up, so at least that's up. Good stuff. Keeping these scouts out for now, but... I mean, Fort Green will eventually fall. There's a you know, simple a simple palisade wall that can get killed on this side. The right side is completely open, even though that's not where red, purple, and yellow are attacking. As they're, yeah, attacking a house right now. All right then. And again, we have, what do we get? Barracks. So I guess Green hurt you, and Green agrees with you. Eagles is the way to go. I mean, Eagles again counters, soft counters cavalry, and hard counters archers. So that's certainly true. Certainly true. As Red has also not moved out yet against Blue, and I'm surprised that he hasn't, because Blue's been given the time to wall up. Blue's gotten, he's gotten archers out as well. I'm not sure where those archers are right now. Where did they go? They're just hiding in a town, in archery range. Good stuff. Yeah, blue and green both got to get their economy rolling a little bit, so we'll see how that's going to go. We got scouts attempting to break in the back, but no archers behind. Of course, or the wall behind from green. Of course, ideally you get a town center up on this gold. That would force yellow and purple to bring forward some siege. So honestly, I think a TC right here, protectively, you don't even have to produce from it. I think that would be very important. You get this wood light, you get the gold. It keeps the front of your base safe, because now purple and yellow are going to break in here. And there's only 2 eagles yet left. 2 eagles here for green, still. Woodline from blue tonight, that was bound to happen eventually. Blue is lucky that it only happens right now, because red didn't go forward before. Oh boy, here we go. As green is actually fighting with villagers. He has to fight with villagers, but it's just not pretty. Not a lot of armor on these eagles as well. Look at that. Eagle scouts just do not do the trick. How long until they resign? I don't know. I don't know, man. But it's not going to be long at this rate, as we have a tower now from purple inside of green's base. And I think green, what he needed to do here, he needed a town center right there. As you see right there, you keep the back of your economy safe with some walls. I think yellow and purple wouldn't have been able to run in here and kill everything, because now you're off your main gold. You don't have any other gold. You're Aztecs without gold now. That's the worst thing ever. That's literally the worst thing that could happen to you. Yeah, what about blue? Blue's still fine. He's got archers after all. Blue not up to castle age just yet, but he's about to click up here. Got the building, so all he needs to do is just click. But, I mean, green's fast castle has done absolutely nothing for him. I thought, you know, maybe it's worth it to go fast castle just to get some more town centers out. And maybe try to boom your way out of trouble as green fights with Vils, kills all the scouts eventually. That's good. Maybe boom your way out of trouble, because you kind of have to get a whole lot of economy out. But at this point, yeah, no way. He's got nothing against this anymore. Just nothing. It's Eagle Scouts. That's not good enough. You can't kill this with Eagle Scouts. There's too many archers there. The Ethiopian archers as well. Blue had to go aggressive to give green time. That could have certainly worked. Like, blue he played feudal age, but he didn't go aggressive whatsoever. Again, I really think that all they're doing right now is just trying to keep themselves as safe as possible and buy time. You know, they might not even try to play here. Again, that's all they're doing. As blue clicks up the castle age. I mean, green is already in a really bad spot right now. 28 villages for him. He's far behind everyone else. 40 vills for purple after all. And remember, plus the 35 from yellow. Yeah, there's just no way. As blue now comes out over here to try to help purple. No, purple has got the better archer army. Also has more archers already. So yeah, that's just not gonna work. And there you have it. The GG is called. I think they realized that they just tried something. It didn't work. Perhaps their third player, hopefully their third player has arrived by now. But the first game will go to Las Viejas Del Barrio. Despite, you know, it doesn't matter how many opponents they had. It still counts. Still counts. Yeah, honestly, I think I agree with what Nico said in chat here. You know, like, what you need here from the Viking player, you go aggressive against red. What will that do? It will draw yellow's attention to red's base. You're aggressive and you're successful in red's base, you might be able to distract yellow and red long enough. Yellow comes in with scouts, so you need to add spearmen as well to your, if you go for a man-at-arm rush. But even if you go for archers, add spearmen. If you get a good engagement on red and keep him up the gold for a long time, that's all good. As long as yellow is also in your base. That buys green some time. To maybe defend himself against purple alone. You know, purple alone would have had a much harder time breaking in here. One critical thing for green that he needed to do, TC, right there. There should have been a TC right here. Even if you don't produce from it, by the way. It doesn't matter. It's worth the investment, because at least that will stop purple and yellow, in this case as well, from breaking through your walls. You can still get some economy out, because you need to boom regardless of what you do here. Maybe get a nice eagle spam going, right? It's certainly possible. So those would be my pointers on this map. But again, he didn't sell stone, right? No, he didn't. But he did stone wall. He didn't sell the stone, but he did. Did he sell the stone? No, he didn't. He did not sell stone. That's the normal price. What did he? Hang on. Okay, he must have sold stone then. Or I guess all these stone walls just cost this much stone. Nah, I think he sold 100 stone, and then he stonewalled, so he didn't have the stone anymore. But honestly, you just buy some stone, right? Sell your wood, buy stone, bam. Down Centropy, you're fine. Yeah. But again, 2v3, I didn't have a lot of hopes here for Gauchoneta. You know, you have to be exceptionally strong players in order to hold a 2v3. It's very difficult. Few people that have the Masterpiece achievement for precisely that reason. You know, killing 3 players by yourself, it's almost impossible. You know? You know, not without a handicap, that's for sure. So, if you don't mind me, I'm just going to skip the statistics because there wasn't a whole lot going on. I'd rather just get to the second game, and let's cross our fingers now that Gauchoneta have brought back their third player and that we have an even game. So let me check that here before we get going. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. 6 players. Alrighty then, we got ourselves a series. Looks like someone showed up here for Gauchoneta, so I guess we get to see an even game. But Gauchoneta, they're going to have to come back. Yeah, the comeback is on for sure. I mean, they could still win this. If they win the next 2 games, they still take the series. And man, that would suck for Viejas Del Barrio, right? You win the first game because your opponent doesn't have a complete team, and then once the team is complete, they roll you. I mean, man, the irony of that. Well, it might very well happen. It may very well happen, so we'll see. Let's go to the second game between Las Viejas del Barrio and Gauchoneta on the home map for Gauchoneta, which is Desert Slopes. Oh boy, and as you can see, look at that. That is 6 players there. Looks like Skinner showed up here for Gauchoneta. Let's go. The player is there. It was to show off. Well, well, I mean, that would have been quite the performance if they actually performed a 2v3 successfully. It would have been quite a show off, but I think it didn't quite work in the favor for Gauchoneta's way. I doubt it that they would actually do that. That'd be crazy. Alright, now, welcome to the second game, but really the first game between Gauchoneta and Las Viejas del Barrio. We didn't really get to see what Gauchoneta could do if they played standard instead of just trying to survive as long as possible. So we will see. Now we have gone to Desert Slopes. There's a lot of hunt in the middle of the map. It is literal Mongols heaven. And do we have Mongols on the map? We don't. Oh, because it was banned. Right. Because it was banned, probably for this reason, actually. So that's good stuff. Very nice. Now let me introduce the players. We'll just start with the home map team. We've got Sebaster playing as the Berbers in the blue as the flank. Interesting. All right. Remember also Gauchoneta actually has a spare civ now because they could actually pick another civilization if they wanted to because they didn't play 3 civilizations on the first map. So whatever that's worth. In the green, we've got Skinner coming in for Gauchoneta, playing as the Franks. Very strong, I like that. Then have to spend it on Arabia, so now you can use it here. That's good. Got some extra berry bushes in the middle as well, so certainly nice for the Frank player. In the teal, we got Gaucho playing as the Italians. I like that. Faster up times could be pretty good. In the purple, we've got Mastro Piero playing as the Mayans. Alright. Again, they saved the stronger civilization for a map like this. I like that. Good stuff. In the yellow, we've got Max Pig playing as the Persians in the yellow. And in the red, we have Matt playing as the Saracens. I like that. Aggressive civilizations. Ooh, how you doing, Rock Knuckles? Sorry, I wasn't looking for the bot. I don't worry about it, Rock Knuckles. It's fine. I am sure you'll get to ban your first bot sooner rather than later. You know, they always keep coming back after all, no matter how many of them you ban. Luckily, we're not like a big channel with 1,000 viewers because there'd probably be 1,000,000 bots as well. I can only imagine how many bots you'd have to ban for like a giant channel. You know, maybe one day we'll find out. Maybe, right? You know, anything is possible in this world. We have a lowercase h. That's for the helicopters, obviously. Although, again, Apache helicopters still not a unit in this game. I guess we'll just have to make do with the, what are they called again? That weird new unit that like the cats, Sharkaraptor, something. I don't know. Sharkatzor. That's it. There you go. Anyway, it's not really a helicopter though, it's more like a shark. Anyway, we got Teal bringing in a long lure from the middle. And of course, we're going to go to this window right here. Yeah, this one. Because I want to see if someone loses a villager. That's, of course, interesting information for us to have. Because it's such a long lure. Until you put a mill in the middle of the map, you're going to have to deal with these freaking rhinos chasing your villagers down. Oh, man. But you would have more mods. That is true. That is true, Nico. That is certainly true. And yeah, I mean, I will definitely add more moderators as, you know, as we get closer. As we rise in viewer count, obviously. You know, right now there's just not a whole lot of moderating to be done, as you could probably see. Because one, you guys rock, and two, there's only 1 or 2 bots per day, that's okay. So it's really just predictions, really. Hint, hint. Predictions, really. That could be done. Nah, it's okay. We have Teal bringing in a rhino with his scout. Now, you can certainly do this, right? You can certainly do this, not risk a villager going down, right? But did Green lose a vill? Yes, he did. He did lose a vill. To the boar, probably. Or to the rhino. I don't know where the body is. Right there. There you go. Look at that. Look at us being Sherlock Holmes, finding the freaking body after it sunk into the desert sand. Yeah, Green probably got loom as well after that, did he? Yeah, got loom instantly. Makes sense. Honestly, if you're gonna go for the long-range lures, you need to block with your scout. There's just no way. Like, you can't bring this back in time. Just watch it. Like, I know you've got loom, but even then, it's too far away. So blue needs to start blocking here right now. Block, 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 blue, block, blue, block, blue! Ah! He's lucky that he is a Berber villager. If this was not a Berber villager, this would be dead right now. Yeah, because it's faster. That's nice. But in the end, look at that. It almost died regardless. It almost died regardless. Oh, man. He's a beaver. He's not a beaver. What are you talking about, Nico? Also, thank you for the follow there, Astrionam. Welcome to the Horde. Alright, well, yeah, that villager just made it back. Only because it's Berbers. Only because it's Berbers. Otherwise, it would have died. Because you need to be doing this right there, what Gaucho is doing. That's good. You block the rhino. There you go. Nice stuff. And there you go. Making sure it never gets close to the vill. Boom. Alrighty. Good stuff. I mean, the boar will probably die outside the TC right now. Yeah, well, I mean, that's alright as well. No worries. No worries. I'd rather have it outside of your TC rather than you lose a villager to a rhino like that. That would suck more. Now, we should probably talk about civilizations as Red's not eating this rhino anymore. Okay, no, that's fine. As we have the first players going up to the feudal age. Ooh, interesting. Now, Purple has got a pretty late uptime. You notice that. He's got 2 minutes of ILTC time. He still isn't up. He's making farms right now. What's happened to Purple? I don't think Purple pulled in enough of his rhinos. Does Purple know how to play this map? He hasn't scouted the middle yet. He hasn't taken this rhino, that's for sure, nor this one. Purple just out of food. Look at the uptime. That's not very good. I thought, oh, he's maybe going fast castle, but with 23 villagers, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So that's Purple kind of behind now as a result. The ILTC time is significantly higher for Los Viejas Del Barrio this time around, so... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! 2-minute ILTC time. Yeah, that's not the best in Dark Age. That's, yeah, I mean, I certainly have had my fair share of ILTC time in when I play games, but 2 minutes is certainly very high. Yeah, it's, I think it's because Purple just didn't have the food to keep producing and he wanted to get up to the feudal age. I think he just idled it because of that. He didn't have enough. He was taking berries. He's making farms. Like, the food production for Purple was not very good. So that's going to affect this early game because look at that. Teal, he's dropping a market already and an archery range, I mean. But the question is, what is he going to do with that? He could try to go fast castle. He's got plenty of gold. He could certainly buy some food and maybe go up here. But he has no food income at the moment. So he might have to sell some stone and wood in order to do that. He's making some farms now. I think it's just better. Okay, blacksmith now. Okay, there you go. So it's not going to be fast castle. He's just going to go aggressive at archers now. That's good. I think that's better, actually. You know... Now, of course, Desert Slopes as a map lends itself well to a fast castle time as well. You know, you can wall up very easily, as you can see. Most players have done that. You just wall from woodline to woodline, and you're okay, right? There's not a whole lot that your opponent can do about that. You can certainly go fast castle behind that, as Blue snipes the scout just as his scout gets sniped as well. Nice. as blue is sending forward more scouts because he is Berbers, so why not send scouts forward? Now, I don't think Berbers will stick with cavalry for the entire game. I would expect them to switch into maybe camel archers, which I haven't seen yet on this map. Now, are camel archers going to be particularly good in this matchup? I don't know. You're not going to be up against any cavalry archers, so I don't know about that one. I think camel archers are nicer on a map like Dry River, which is actually also in the map pool, but yeah, we picked Berbers for this one, so again, we'll see how that's going to go. Of course, neither side really, going forward aggressively at the moment. Which Purple is very happy with, because he's very delayed with his archery ranges, As we have Teal wants to get up to the next stage. Is that what we're doing? He has a lot of gold because he's not making archers, so I guess we buy some food and click up here. It's cheaper for Italians, mind you, so it should be less of an expense for him. I like the fact that Yellow's making some scouts. Good. Got some scouts from green and blue at the same time, and they want to break through. And looks like Yellow lost a villager on the wall. Very nice snipe there for, it must be green. No, not green. It was blue then. Yeah, blue got the vill. Blue got the villager. As Yellow making a lot of scouts. Almost has enough scouts to take the fight by himself, but not quite. He's quite, it's 8 scouts versus 7. So, yeah. Going to need some help from Red. Maybe a spearman would already switch the balance in his favor. Yellow going for a wall again, but here comes blue and here comes green, and Yellow's scouts are nowhere to be seen. Yes, that rhymed. Oh, that was awesome. I'm very happy with that one. Regardless, though, that's another villager that will go down. Yep. I think Yellow, instead of moving out with your scouts, if you're still walling like this, keep your scouts right here. Make sure the walls go up, then move out, right? Because now the walls aren't up. You lost 2 villagers. Your scouts were nowhere near to defend, and now you've got 7 enemy scouts in your base, which are starting to chip away at Yellow's scout count. It's 6 versus 10 now. Oh, Yellow, and now he can't even take a fight. Because blue and green even at the hills as well. Look at the HP. It's much better for green and for blue. And even if they have some scouts left, they can still run in here and do damage. The gold is right there for Yellow. Yep, here come green and blue. Yellow, I hope you're ready for this. Quick wall. No quick wall. Okay. Well, you're going to have to pull back your villagers now. Okay, well, that's fine, but there's a lot of economy that could get raided here. We got a spearman coming out for Yellow, but yeah, 1 spearman is not going to scare away 8 scouts. That's for sure. Although some of these scouts are weak, so that 1 spearman could totally wreck all these scouts. That's true. We got an attempted house wall there for Yellow, but it did not work out the way he wanted to. And all these villagers have to be pulled back into his base as well. As Blue tries to get a kill, and might get one actually. That villager's not pulled all the way back. He still kill it. Okay, but yeah, in the end, enough spearmen now. Kill all the scouts. Very nice. Well, that's not really the good engagement there for blue and green. They lose all their scouts. As a result, I think Yellow will be okay now. But yeah, Yellow's gonna be behind a little bit for sure. Anyways, we got Purple breaking into the base for Teal, but Teal's encapsulates Purple, so you're gonna have to be very careful with this one. Because the same thing might happen to you, which happened in another game, where one player broke in with his archers while the other side was up to castle. The guy popped out with crossbows and killed all the archers. And it could certainly happen on this side as well. As Teal, I think he tried to pop out his archers on this side. I don't know what happened here, but you want to kill this army as fast as you can. Purple is still not in the castle age, so you can certainly kill this using the extra range, your extra HP. As you can see, it's still in favor for Purple, but only by a slim margin. In the meantime, though, we've got archers breaking into Blue's base, and Blue's not very happy about that. He's clicked up to the castle age, though, so in 40 seconds, we'll be able to make some knights to kill this archer army. And is Red going to be able to do enough damage now to Blue in order to justify continued feudal play? Now, Red clicks up, so Red will get crossbows in a second there, but this is going to be in time to save his army. Purple wisely withdrew his army now, seeing he couldn't do any damage in Teal's base, and was like, you know what, I'm going to keep this safe. I want to upgrade this. That's probably the best way to go. Here comes Blue. Cheap Berber Knights coming in. There you go, from 2 stables, and soon to be 3, as Blue actually loses his stable, probably, against a Saracen player. Yep, that's what Saracens do. They break through your walls quite quickly. So if I were you, I would delete this. Delete it. Ah, that's 200 wood down the drain. Ouch. That's not so good for Blue. Yeah, trying to wall in front of a Saracen player, you don't use a 200 wood building, that's for sure. That's a lot of wood that is wasted right now. Knights will have at least +1 armor. They have bloodlines, so if there's enough knights, you can certainly take the fight against red. But you need to wait a second there. Just wait a second. Don't let red micro down your knights one by one, as red is doing right now. Teal, though, now breaking into purple's base with the crossbows, and purple still has not clicked up. He's dropping a market now, maybe to buy his way up, even though he has the resources. Has the 2 buildings. Could click up right now. Should click up right now. So Teal's coming forward as well with a villager. That might be a siege workshop. It's purple. He's taking a fight, but yeah, proving that in most cases you don't want to fight crossbow v archers. You really don't. As there's a hole. There's actually a hole between the archer ranges, so Teal could have walked in at any point here. Still can, actually. Yeah, knights now in sufficient numbers to kill the archers for red. Red, though, trying to rush them back home. He wants to save them. Oh, boy. If you open the gate now, then the knights can come in as well. Knights just joining right in. Crossbow upgrade coming in 20 seconds, but... yeah, okay, he will get the crossbow upgrade, and we'll have like 26 crossbows now. That's really good. I don't think you should take the fight now anymore. Just run out of here. Kill the gate, get out of here. And yeah, great. Blue is gonna have to sacrifice some knights now to the altar of death. The altar of Matt, who is very pleased with their sacrifice, that's for sure. Purple is starting to break in with some siege as well. The knights go down because they're just being microed. Blue's not paying attention to this. He clicked them beyond the walls, thought they could just run out, and these knights are looking for any way out now, but there is no way out, so they're just going to run around forever. As the crossbows, yeah, making short work of the archers now, and now purple, even though he's almost up in the next stage, he's not going to be able to defend himself against archers and siege. What's yellow doing? Yellow is on multiple stables, but he's making pikemen. What? What? Why are we making pikemen? You're Persians. You're not supposed to make pikemen. You're supposed to make knights. What is this? And now, because there's no knights on the Persian players, suddenly as purple tries to go for a tower, that gets the knight. +2 knights in the back of your base from both green and blue in 40 seconds at least. Las Viejas Del Barrio, are you okay? Because it's 140 villagers versus 104. More army for LVDB, but that's only because red has an army right now. Purple mostly has skirmishers, which are going to do absolutely zip nada against against the Mangonel and against the knights. As Shadow tries to snipe the Mangonel and doesn't even get it, because Teal's right here to kill the pikemen. This is why we don't make pikemen in team games like that. No. Skirmishers are more useful than pikemen, that's for sure. At least they're good defensively. But pikemen, not in this stage of the game. And definitely not for the pocket player. As purple is just going to lose his DC because there's nothing to defend himself right now. And purple is looking at this. He's like, guys, I'm dying. Guys, I'm dying. I can't help. I can't do anything. My economy is potato. Potato economy. 21 villagers, most of them stuck in this DC, and they're about to pop out, and they're about to get massacred as well. We're going to go to a game 3, aren't we? We're going to go to a game 3 because essentially, oh wow, the irony of this, just so you know, right? Gauchoneta starting out the first game with 2 players, and now they killed purple, so now it's essentially 2 players for LVDB as well. Wow, look at that. They're just like, see, now you have to play like we had to the first game. Purple is dead. It's 2v3 now. See, this is how we felt. Now let's see if LVDB can do any better than Gauchoneta in a 2v3 situation. I just don't know, man. The only one with a great army right now is red, and red is running into green space. Okay, let's see. We can do some damage, maybe. No siege to back this up, and no cavalry to back this up either. That's the problem. So we have, okay, this a giant knight army is making its way back home. That's 17 knights in total. That should be enough to kill this many crossbows. But maybe not before red does some significant damage at least. You can certainly kill some villagers. No ballistics yet for red though, so you notice that a lot of villagers are actually escaping death because they can dodge the shots. And these town centers are still keeping green safe. Red doesn't dare walk through in the middle of them. Probably shouldn't as well. Here come the mangonels, the knights coming back. And again, this is the only army for LVDB right now. Purple is down to 5 villages. He's making some town centers to try to reboom, but again, it's not going to be a whole lot. Mangonels coming in though. Ooh, nice split from Red, but it's 2 mangonels. You can't outsplit that one, and Red is getting absolutely wrecked right now. Kills one mangonel, but the other one got a good hit in on him. And if Red's army goes down, that is the only hope for LVDB. Down the drain. Nice shots there from Blue. And at that point, that also means that the Knights for Green will probably go somewhere else now. And guess where the Knights for Green are right now? They're in Red's base. And Red has absolutely nothing to defend himself at the moment. This is GG. This is looking very, very, very GG. La Gauchoneta absolutely stomping LVDB on the home map for La Gauchoneta. Having a bit of revenge for the first game there. And we actually have an opportunity for La Gauchoneta to win this series, because it will be 1-1. I just do not see how LVDB come back from this. They probably look at this and they can't believe it. They're like, we thought we had this. We had the first game in the bag. You know, it was an easy win for us. And now they come back into this game? What? Yeah, well, it has happened. And there you have it. The GG is called. Seriously, there's no coming back from this one. And we have ourselves a series. What? I mean, again, everything is possible. If you give the admin win, you certainly lose. If you try to play, you might get humiliated and destroyed and things like that, which kind of happened in the first game. But once that third player showed up, you see that La Gauchoneta starts playing a lot better. You know, again, making me believe that the first game really was them just trying whatever, just as long as it takes long, and that they resigned as soon as their third player was there. That's probably what happened there. And man, when they showed up all right. And LVDB, they're going to have to really pull out their best A game now for the last game. They could still lose this set. They could still win it, but they can lose it as well. We're gonna go to Dry River, which is the home map from LVDB. But first, statistics. Looking at that, the KD, yeah, beautiful for La Gauchoneta. Lots of kills for them, especially in those early engagements were a lot better. I remember Yellow taking a lot of damage from the scouts in his base. I remember Purple taking a bunch of damage later on. Like, look at that. Jeez, Purple got absolutely destroyed. Even though Purple went forward first and was looking to do damage to Teal, he just didn't have the Castellates upgrade in time. And Purple was behind the entire game as well, so that certainly didn't help him as well, even though he had Mayans. Yeah. Now looking at the economy for Purple, was slightly behind Teal. There you go. So Teal had the better uptime, the better army, and yeah. And I actually like the double knight play from Green and Blue. And the reason why I liked him in this game is because Yellow was making pikemen. He was making pikemen. He wasn't going knight crossbow. Knight crossbow or even camel crossbow would completely destroy double knights, right? Yeah, not pikeman crossbow. Not so much. I mean, yes, if the knight players are dumb enough to engage the pikemen, then sure. But all you need to do is just bring the pikeman over to your flank who has crossbows, and you just destroy them all. It's not even close. So I don't know, man. Yeah, especially the uptime for Purple very late, as you can see. That's because he didn't take enough boars from the middle. That's why. That's probably what happened there. Yeah, anyways, GG's. Let's see who was the fastest player this time. It was Blue. Alrighty then, Sebastian was with his 55 APM, very nice. Alrighty then, well, GG's. And I can't believe that I have to say this, but after this set, which started out with a 3v2 game, that obviously the team with the 2 players lost, we are actually in a scenario where it's 1v1. And we actually have an opportunity now for La Gauchoneta to reverse sweep Las Viejas Del Barrio, although LVDB still has a chance to close out the set. They probably should, because it's their home map, Dry River. Are you ready for this? Let's go. Wait, hold on just a second. Oh, okay. Hang on a sec. Let me check something. Yeah, okay. I was looking at the civilizations real quick when I clicked, and I was like, "Where's Celts?" But I guess La Gauchoneta decided not to go for Celts. Probably a good decision not to do that. So we will not get to see Celts anymore. We will see the other civilizations though. Let's go. Final game, you guys. We're almost there. Bam. All right. Let me change some colors. Poof. Welcome to the final deciding game between Las Viejas del Barrio and La Gauchoneta. Again, the fact that it's 1-1 that's great for La Gauchoneta because they certainly started with quite the handicap at the start of the game. That is, only 2 players at the start, so you're basically down a game already without even playing really. But once they started playing really, they were certainly surprised LVDB with an insane aggression there. Now, of course, we've gone to the home map for Las Viejas del Barrio, so you expect them to have something prepared here, maybe some team walling, maybe some insane aggression on the fish, who knows? But we'll see it all in this final game between these 2 Category C teams. Now, let's introduce the players. In the red, we've got Curandero playing as the Koreans. Alright, War Wagons, maybe, perhaps, we'll see. In the purple, we've got Matt playing as the Incas. Alrighty. And in the yellow, we've got Max Peak playing as the Lithuanians. Alright. You might say, well, why did they pick Lithuanians all on the flank and some weird like that? It's because you don't get to choose where you start with your TC. So you kind of have to hope that you get that the lineup is good for you. But yeah, I mean, in the end, your opponents are so far away in a straight line that it doesn't really matter. But still. Like Lombardia in that regard, if you think about it. In the blue, we've got Gaucho playing as the Portuguese. Alrighty. In the teal, we've got Sebastian playing as the Chinese. Oh, I guess we need to go out to fish early on then. We will certainly be fine. And in the green, we've got Skinner playing as the Tootens on Dry River. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, the reason why Teutons aren't the greatest civilization cavalry civ to have on Dry River is because, 1, you got a farm bonus, so you don't need fish, right? But your opponents can take fish, so suddenly your farm bonus, your cheaper farms, doesn't really help you as much because your opponents have easy access to food as well. That's 1. 2, your cavalry does not have husbandry. And imagine having to send your knight all the way to the other side, or worse, all the way to the other side, and try to take fights. Your opponents will just laugh at you as they run away. Also, the fact that the Teuton player is on the side here means that if he needs to help in blue space, that also takes a long time to get to. So yeah, Teuton's certainly kind of at a disadvantage here, courtesy of those 2 things that I mentioned. Now, anything else we need to talk about? Portuguese are a great economic civ. Later on in the game, early on, they don't have an eco bonus, but they do have that discount on their gold units, which means you can spam a lot of units, and we saw Portuguese being pretty good in this map actually. It's certainly possible, and later getting some gunpowder out would always be advisable. Maybe even organ guns. I mean, if you're gonna do organ guns though, you need to do it forward with them, because having organ guns run all the way across the map, it takes too long. If you're gonna do that, it has to be aggressive organ guns, otherwise it doesn't work. I don't like that mill. That mill should be right there. This fish. Now it's only this fish, really. So yeah, that's not the best mill, actually. I don't want to be too critical of mill placement. It's not like purple has a lot of options, actually. Purple's got a lot of dry land in front of the space, as does red, which is not really fair, honestly, because that's mostly on their side. However, that is a nice little hill to build military buildings up. So I guess in the end of the day, you have some nice expansive possibilities. You can expand across the Dry River easily on this side, whereas it would be more difficult on a flat land in this side. So, I guess there's that, right? But still. Green. Oh, boy. Yeah, he has loom, though, so he's okay. He's okay. It's all fine. Green. Oh, boy. That was almost not fine. That was almost very much not fine. That villager stopped in the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure if that was because green didn't click it far enough, or because it's just DE things making your villager stop in the middle of nowhere. Which is always fun, of course, when you're luring a freaking elephant. And as we all know, elephants aren't exactly a unit you want to encounter even in real life. As Red is going forward for some very far away fish, I think he didn't realize he's got fish right there, which is safer than the fish on this side. So yeah, he scouted this, he didn't see any fish, he was like, oh no, I need to find fish. Okay, there's fish over there, I'll go there. And didn't go for the safe fish on this side. That's unfortunate for Red. Yeah, so I mean, this mill is okay, but it's so far forward. If your villagers get hit on this mill, you cannot run back home. That's for sure, that's too far. Green, though, not going to the mill whatsoever. Like I said, he's students, farms are cheap, so there's not really a reason to go for fish. In the end, farming economy is always better. in the long run. Although again, let's not underestimate the amount of fish that you have. There's like 400,000 food on this map in free fish alone. You know, not to mention the free food you get from farming. So, well, not exactly free, but yeah, you get what I mean. On the other side, Lithuanians, right, can certainly go for some early aggression. We see a 20 pop uptime for the Lithuanian players. That is most certainly going to be scouts trying to hit the, you know, the economy from your opponent on the fish. Like this economy right there. Or for teal. Not for green, though, because green didn't fish. So green will fall behind a little bit as a result of that. Because he will have to add farms now, which cost wood, which will just slow you down a little bit. So again, not going to fish, probably a mistake, even for the Teuton player. Not like you're making a whole lot of farms right now anyway, so we'll see. Anyways, as people are just going up to the next 8, we will talk about strategy sooner rather than later. First, finish off the SIP talk. We got Koreans and Incas, right? Now, Incas have always have the possibility to go for Eagles as well as Archers, right? You got both options. They're probably the most versatile Meso Civ out there. But that also makes them the weakest Meso Civ, in most people's opinions. Because they don't really have a clear speciality, really, right? They have pretty good eagles though, like they're a unique tech, what is it, fabric shields? That might be what it's called. That's actually a pretty good upgrade for your eagle warriors. It gives them a lot more armor actually, which is always welcome. Especially when you're up against knights and things like that. Don't expect to see eagles early on though, because again, eagles aren't very strong in that early game. Korean player will probably just start with archers, although if I see the Korean player go to stone, we all know what that means. So yeah. We also have, Purple with a lot of food. He's making men-at-arms now. Where do men-at-arms go? The men-at-arms are all the way on this side. And the question is what the follow-up will be for Purple. He almost has the food to click up here. Or actually, no, that's the wood count. Never mind. I didn't look right. In the end, though, Man-at-Arm goes down, so it's only, doesn't go down, but is pulled back with a lot of HP loss as well. But at least Purple kicked Blue off the fish, which is still good. That's still good. That's damage being done. You know, there's early food that Blue thought he would have, and look at all the farms he has to invest in now, and look how few archers he has on the field as a result of that. Only 1 archer range, because he can't afford to wall and farm and drop 2 archer ranges and produce archers. That's too expensive. But still, pushing him off the fish has been a success so far. Of course, Blue will retake the fish sooner rather than later, but still. Got a team wall from La Gauchoneta, as you can see. They are already palisade walling, but as we well learned from the previous set, that doesn't mean you're safe. It certainly does not. We have green not actually walling to the edge of the map. I mean, this would have been the cheaper wall. It's less walling, but of course, this is easier to wall behind, maybe. Although, this is about as far away from your eco as this would be, so I don't know about that one. Scout be scouting the hills, but green wins that engagement and is going to hold the hill for now. We got some Chinese scouts running into Purple's base, and Purple is not fully walled, and he's gonna feel that now as a villager goes down for that Viejas Del Barrio on the other side. We got 2 crocodiles though. I mean, but these villagers are loomed, so they should be okay. Yeah, crocodiles are dead. Both of them, look at them. These are some tough ladies right there. They take no crap from any alligator. You know, no reptile being annoying here, and I'm still way too zoomed in. Hang on. There you go. As Yellow finds out the hard way that he had a hole in his fish, all that walling for nothing because there was a hole next to the mill, and all these villagers have to run away anyways. But after all of that, how many villagers did he lose? Only 1, and only 1 for Purple. Both courtesy of Teal. So yeah, it's a good job by Teal finding all those villagers and sniping them. That's always good. You know, delaying your opponent, delaying his walls, you know, it's always a good idea. Can. Red, the first player to click up the castle age here. And yeah, Korean player didn't do a whole lot, and oh boy. Yep, you see that? You see these pixelated villagers chopping stone? Yep, you know what that means, right? That means towers! Or, better still, war wagons! Which is actually would be my call. Now, because Koreans are so far away from the front, you actually have some time to get war wagons out. His fish wasn't hit. He's making some archer ranges as well. I like the fact that he's also making some archers and not just waiting for war wagons to click up, because you can still get hit at your fish. It's very dangerous indeed to be out there, and especially as far out as Red has gone, right? Red's almost gone to the middle of the map, which is certainly a risk. Luckily for him, teal and green and blue are on the right side, harassing yellow, which yellow is probably so happy with. He's like, yeah, thanks, red. You better do some damage with your freaking war wagon rush now, because they're all attacking me. As the mill goes up, so yeah, yellow has some extra fish, but yeah. So it doesn't have the food to click up, but did wall most of this map, as you can see. There's a hole right there. This isn't fully walled either. Besides, there's, you know, teal and blue, they're still busy breaking in on this side, which they will. I think it's time for these villagers to vanish and get out of here, because they are about to get killed. And I hope there's not a hole right there. I think that's a house right behind the barracks. That's good. Okay. And we got a bit of a slower start for this game. I mean, Dry River kind of lends itself to a more to less aggressive play. You can certainly go aggressive, but if you let your opponents go up the castle age without punishing that, that's certainly going to be bad for you. Alright, well, the archers make it in. Yellow did not pull back his villagers, so he will just give them up for free, which I guess green is like, yeah, thanks for that. Thank you so much. Yellow's going to try to wall behind these palisade walls now. Problem is the archers are here as well. I think you need a market wall. A market wall would fit perfectly over here. That would actually immediately keep out this entire pressure. This looks like teal actually doesn't want to engage to this. So purple and yellow coming in on the back, but there's so much more military for La Gauchoneta here. So much more military, you know, compared to what Las Viejas Del Barrio put on the field. So I'm not sure. They can't take a good engagement here. It's skirmishers and archers, not a whole lot of spearmen in there after all. Yeah, one go down. There's two left still, but it's tricky. Tricky indeed. Is yeah, so many skirmishers are just gonna get killed now by the scouts here for teal, and teal's getting upgrades on his scouts as well as he clicks up to the castle age. In a second, he can definitely kill all this army. And yellow is still on the back foot defending. Yellow has clicked up though, so is purple. So at least purple is on the way to castle age, so is yellow. The only one still hasn't clicked up is blue. Is blue certainly probably. Yeah, I mean, blue's just slower to get going. It's Portuguese. You know, you can't expect too much from them. Like, the Teuton player can just drop 20 farms and boom, you're happy. It looks like there was a raid going on at the Teuton farms as well, because a lot of villagers are idle now. Yeah, look at that, look at that efficiency for green. 44%. Ouch. That's not a whole lot of worker minutes that are being worked right now. Because of all these idle villagers, actually. As yeah, it was probably red that broke in. And again, I like that red is making crossbows to put in some pressure on his opponents. That's good. Before trying to go for anything else, say a castle with maybe curry and war wagons. I mean, he's not very heavily on stone anymore, actually. So I wonder what. I mean, he's got 2 down centers now. He's not on stone, so I guess we drop the war wagon idea just for now. Certainly something to keep in the back of your mind, as we have a double market wall from green to keep this pressure out. Very nice. Let's not build both of these markets though. You can build one, yeah, you still lack one, but the second one should be deleted, obviously. That's 175 wood that certainly needs to not be wasted on that. Yeah, we got more of Purple's army just going down on this way. There's too many archers there for blue. There's still a few scouts for green to be annoying, so skirmishers are not going to be an option. And yeah, knights and more knights coming out now from the Teuton player and teal. Now, Teuton knights have extra melee armor. Yes, this is true. They can't chase you down, but if they can force a fight, which is what you want to do with Teuton Knights, you take these Knights, you send them right into Red's economy. Red has to fight, or Purple has to fight, or Yellow has to fight. They can't run away from you, and suddenly you can destroy everything with that extra melee armor that you get for free. It's actually a pretty good bonus. I can't believe Teutons. They only got that upgrade, that bonus like maybe 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. And until then, Teutons, they were the melee armor sip, and yet they didn't have that bonus. It's crazy to think about. I guess they had the best DCs in the game, with the extra range at the start in Age of Kings. I guess they had that, which was crazy indeed. Oh man. Teuton douche was a real thing, that's for sure. Yeah, Blue's got more mass than Purple does right now. Purple's got 7 crossbows on the field. Blue's got 22. So Blue definitely leading in the army count at the moment. He's got more crossbows coming in, and Purple can't take a fight yet. And Blue, he's like, yeah, I want to break through these walls now. That could be a lot of fun for me. Got the Knights and the Light Cap sent in to try to kill Red, but Red micros away, just kills all these Light Cap, or Scout Cavalry, I mean, they're not Light Cap yet. Now Green and Teal are going to clean this up, though. They're +2 Knights, there's no way that Red gets this, unless he micros his heart out. He certainly has the micro, because this Crocodile is still doing work. Look at the Crocodile in there, yeah! I guess the Crocodile, oh, wait, hang on a second, the Crocodile's attacking a Knight, so the Crocodile actually helping Las Viejas Del Barrio. Yeah, the Crocodillo del Barrio, huh? Well, there you go. Okay, well, the Crocodile gets killed now with 1 hit to the head. Very nice. We have... Ooh, Blue, though, losing some crossbows now inside Yellow's bases. Yellow's making some Knights as well. The only player on his team to do so. And now you've kind of... You're in this awkward situation as... No! Blue got in, and he is there! Denying a TC right now. The TC is at 92%. It's a temporary doubt TC, and Blue, all he needs to do is just hang right around here. As Purple's going to send in the Vills to try to finish that. 93%. Blue notices it in time, but... Oh, God, you gotta be kidding me. Nope, no bueno for Purple. And Blue now is going to chase down those TC villages. Like, yep, you're not going to build a TC. That's not going to happen, my friend. It is not going to happen at all. Nope. Die, and die, and die. Very nicely done by Blue, denying a TC for now. I mean, Purple will finish it now, but still, so much value from these crossbows. Still getting value, because these Knights do not have the +2, and look at them die. Look how much difference that makes, fighting crossbows without +2. It makes quite the difference. And these crossbows got a lot of value, 27 kills in total, but here comes a Mangonel, looking to wreck this army, that's for sure. Purple could certainly take a fight, maybe. As shot... Bam! Okay, almost a split from Blue. Nice split micro, that's good. Yeah, I mean, in the end, you're not going to be able to kill this entire Mangonel. Not with Purple there as well, so yeah, Blue now gets wrecked by the Mangonel, but still. I mean, you're still distracting Purple and Yellow and me, so yeah. In the meantime, though, we've got Knights hounding around the Korean base. Korean players got 4 town centers. He's got 53 villagers, not a whole lot, actually. Look at the idle TC time. Honestly, Red, next time, don't drop 4 town centers if you don't have the food to produce from all 4 of them. Because look at that idle TC time. That means he had no food, not enough food to produce from any of them. So now he doesn't actually have a vill lead. It's 51. Blue's got more villagers, so does Green, so does Teal. And they don't even have 4 town centers, see? So dropping 4 TC is not worth it at all. Problem is also, Red's got no army at the moment. At least not at home. And like Gauchoneta, they smell blood. They send in all the Knights that they can. Red was the only one who did not team wall, so he can't keep these Knights out. And yeah, town centers will start to go down here, which means that the villagers in them will go down as well. As Red drops another panic TC. Obviously might just go down as well. I mean, what makes you think that this TC will stay up as the other one go down? Is there another doubt TC? Red trying to force it down. It will go up for 2 villagers. Which means it will just go down again. Oh, Red, what happened? What happened to the Korean war wagon play? Why not war wagons? Okay, he's selling stone right now, so no castle in the end of this. He's going for, yeah, he's getting some upgrades at the moment. He's trying to get some spearmen now, but it's just too late. It's just too late. There's no army on the field for Las Viejas del Barrio to do anything about this. I mean, Purple's got some crossbows, but they're trying to raid Blue right now. So all Blue has to do is defend himself. There's nothing against a double Knight play. Nothing. There's no camels on the field because that's not an option for Las Viejas del Barrio. There's no pikemen on this side as well, which may be something that Red could have added already since he was up against 2 Knight civs, right? And the crossbow player was so far away from you. And now Red is just slowly dying to this. I mean, Red can't do anything about this. He's got nothing. Red! Are we actually going to see a reverse sweep now from La Gauchoneta? It's looking that way, isn't it? 34 versus 74 military. 206 economy versus 146. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not seeing the army from Las Viejas del Barrio that is necessary to deal with this pressure. As Red has lost 3 town centers and will probably lose a 4th one as well. All the Teal needs to do is just spam some Knights and kill it. That's all. We got some pressure coming in from Yellow and from Purple, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. There's still a hole. A hole. A hole. The Knights can get in. The Knights still got in. Town center is complete, though. As there's still more holes, but now these crossbows can sneak right by. That's very annoying for green and for teal, for sure. Purple is sitting in the town center's range, and it's just getting destroyed by the town center fire. Oh, man. In the meantime, purple is just losing everything at home. There's just no way. There's no way, is there? They must be so frustrated now, Las Viejas Del Barrio. I mean, you think about it. You start up where your opponent has one player less than you. You can get an easy win on them. They then get their third player. They freaking beat you on their home map. And then they beat you on your home map as well. That must be very demoralizing indeed. Because it's not looking good as Red is about to lose most of his economy. He's got more town centers. I mean, Red keeps building TCs. It's just... Teal's killing them faster than Red can build them. An attempted castle from Yellow gets denied by Blue. Oh man, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for Las Viejas Del Barrio. And now you're going to have to deal with more than quadruple the army in your base. If Teal found those villagers, he would certainly wreck those as well. But right now, all that Teal's doing, he's just going from town center to town center. Just kill them all. Kill them all. There's nothing that purple can do about it. Nothing that yellow can do about it. Neither of them have an army. This castle is denied. There's no push into La Gauchoneta's base at this moment. It is just GG. There's just no way. No way. We're dropping a TC in the middle of nowhere on wood. For what? To garrison more villagers, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. And it's not even going to go up. Well, it's going to go up, but it will just come right down. As Imperial 8 comes in for Blue, he will have Arbalest in a second, and yeah, there you go. The GG is called, and Las Viejas Del Barrio got completely outplayed on their own home map. La Gauchoneta completing the reverse sweep. Well, there you go, Nico. This is why they played, because they felt like they had an opportunity, and look at that. Look at the score. They actually did it. So very impressive by La Gauchoneta to come back from, well, probably the worst start you could possibly have, being down one game without even really playing. But yeah, it was clear once La Gauchoneta showed up as a team, they were the stronger team here between Las Viejas Del Barrio and La Gauchoneta. And yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what went wrong. I mean, Red was making crossbows, but he lost a whole lot of them somewhere at the front as well, like at some point. And then Red was just completely open. He didn't team wall. He didn't have any military on the field. And Teal and Green were like, you know what? We'll just go right into Red space and look at the damage we can do. And they killed absolutely everything. And there was literally nothing that Purple and Yellow could do about it, because Yellow and Purple were delayed this entire time anyways. Now I'm thinking maybe Korean War Wagons would have been the way to go. Korean War Wagons, maybe some pikemen as well, would have been impossible to stop, that's for sure. It's a very strong combination, but yeah, I guess Red decided to go for a greedy boom. It's called greedy for a reason. It did not pan out for Red, as you can see, because he ended up losing way more villagers than anyone else as a result, and not actually getting ahead in the boom either. So yeah, well played then by La Gauchoneta. Let's have a quick look at dim statistics. Yeah, KD is going to be, it's not going to be pretty for LVDB, as you can see. Only for Yellow had a pretty even KD with Knights, and maybe some Monks, but for the rest, he didn't get a single conversion, actually. Yeah, KD for Teal, perfect. Yeah, that was a lot of villagers that he killed. A lot of villagers. The Eco KD was through the roof for Teal, and that certainly decided this game. And looking at the economy, just started to get way better for La Gauchoneta, as they had more villagers working, and more military in the field that could harass their opponents. And yeah, look at Red. Red lost 40 villagers. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of villagers to lose, that's for sure. Right, the fastest player of this match was Sebastian with 55 APM, but Red was right there, Gundeo with 53. So yeah, nicely done. In any case, congratulations for La Gauchoneta for still winning their match, even though they were down one game at the start, pretty much from the start, right? And of course, good luck next time for LVDB. You know, we will cast them next time around as well. Alright, well, GG.